Okay, grab your iced latte and buckle up. Because you are not ready for the absolute circus I just survived in South Florida commercial real estate. I mean, if you think HOA drama is bad, wait till you hear what landlords will do to squeeze a few extra bucks out of their strip malls. And this isn't some boring legal seminar. I'm talking flurries of emails at midnight, passive-aggressive group texts, lawyers threatening to sue over signage, and me practically getting heat stroke in a parking lot trying to stop my client's business from being torpedoed by a landlord with the emotional maturity of a gator in mating season. You know those strip malls, like the kind with a vape shop, a dry cleaner, and that one sandwich place where you have to ask the guy behind the counter to please put on gloves? Yeah, that's my territory. I'm a tenant rep for small businesses, think nail salons, quirky boutiques, and even one place that exclusively sells Crocs, don't ask. So I'm always knee-deep in lease negotiations. Usually it's all about rent bumps or who pays for AC repairs. But recently, oh boy, turned into a full-blown war over something so stupid I almost lost faith in humanity. A for-lease sign. Let me set the scene. My client, Tina, she runs this adorable bakery called Butter and Bliss, the kind of place that smells like heaven and sugar addiction. She's finally doing well after surviving COVID and 2 hurricanes back-to-back. We're trying to renew her lease in this shopping center owned by a guy named Mr. Silverman, a landlord with a reputation for being both cheap and petty. His mustache alone screams, I send angry faxes at 2 a.m. So we're going through the lease as usual when we hit this bizarre clause. He wants the right to put up 4 lease signs in Tina's bakery window for 12 months before her lease ends, not in the parking lot, not on Craigslist, in her window, while she's still very much open for business. I nearly spit out my coffee laughing when I saw it, but Tina looked like she was about to burst into tears. Are you kidding? She whispered. People will think we're closing. No one will order cakes anymore. And she wasn't wrong. You see those signs in a window, you assume it's Denise. That location is dead. Who buys cupcakes from a ghost bakery? So obviously, I take my big red pen and cross that nonsense right out of the draft, but Silverman was having none of it. Suddenly his lawyer, who I'm convinced is just 3 possums in a trench coat, starts firing off emails about how it's industry standard and crucial for marketing vacant space. They act like without that sign they'll never find another tenant again, as if Facebook Marketplace doesn't exist. I push back. They push harder. The negotiation grinds to a halt over this one line about window signage. Forget rent increases or triple net charges. This was the hill Silverman wanted to die on. Tina starts panicking every time her phone buzzes, convinced she's going to lose her bakery because some boomer landlord wants to hang an ugly yellow sign next to her display of rainbow cookies. Now here, that's where it gets spicy. Silverman starts making threats. If you don't agree, maybe we should just list the space now. He actually CCs Tina on an email with his property manager where he tells them to start prepping for lease flyers for her unit, while she's still open. The gossip starts immediately among the other tenants. The vape shop guy slides into Tina's DMs with, hey, are you closing? The yoga studio owner corners me outside Panera. Is Butter and Bliss leaving? Who takes over? Is it gonna be another tax office? Tina is melting down. Her regulars start asking if they should come buy everything before she disappears. Meanwhile, Silverman is acting like HES the victim here. He actually calls me up and says, it's my building. If I want people to know it's available soon, why shouldn't I advertise? I try logic. I even offer him big fancy banners in the main parking lot or ads on social media. Anything but killing Tina's business one rumor at a time. Imagine negotiating world peace, but both sides are armed with nothing but pettiness and legalese. Then things get crazier. Silverman threatens to walk away from the whole deal over just this signage clause. To him, it's not about finding new tenants. It's about control. He wants everyone else in that plaza to see who calls the shots. Now Tina is calling me every hour sobbing because Yelp reviews are popping up. Sad this place is closing. Her Instagram DMs fill up with people begging for last-chance cake orders. I'm fielding frantic phone calls from neighbors who think they're all getting evicted next because Silverman has started emailing vague warnings about changes coming soon. And then, because Florida can't help itself, a literal hurricane warning pops up mid-negotiation week. The entire plaza boards up windows, except Silverman tries to tape his for lease sign inside Tina's bakery window before landfall. He sends his property manager, let's call her Denise, over while everyone else is buying batteries at Publix. Imagine poor Tina screaming at Denise from across cake displays while wind howls outside. Denise claims she has authorization. Tina calls me on FaceTime crying while holding back Denise with a spatula like she's fighting off an alligator in her kitchen. At this point, my phone battery life is measured in dog years. I finally get a hold of Silverman, who acts shocked that anyone would object during an actual hurricane, and threaten him with breach of peace and tortious interference if he doesn't back off until we finalize negotiations. He relents, for now, but now it's personal. After the storm passes, and thank God Tina's bakery only loses power for 2 days, Silverman escalates by sending out letters to all tenants reminding them that lease renewals may include new marketing terms. Suddenly everyone thinks they're next. It becomes Lord of the Flies, but with hair salons and smoothie shops instead of conch shells. The nail salon owner starts telling everyone she heard from Denise that Silverman might sell the whole plaza to developers who want to turn it into self-storage units, which sets off total pandemonium among tenants who have been there since White. Meanwhile, I'm Googling how to fake your own death because my inbox is exploding. Tenants want me to negotiate their leases too, for free. Others want me to organize a class action lawsuit against Silverman. Someone even suggests hiring an airplane banner company to fly Silverman sucks over Boca Raton during rush hour. But back to Tina. Now Yelp reviews are tanking her rating because people think she's closing soon, even though we haven't signed anything yet. She loses 2 catering gigs because clients don't think she'll be around for their events next month. Every time I update her on negotiations, she gets more desperate. I've never seen someone go through all 7 stages of grief over signage before lunch hour on a Tuesday. Finally, after 4 rounds of lawyers arguing over Zoom, and one truly unhinged call where Denise brings her chihuahua on camera for emotional support, we reach an uneasy compromise. Silverman gets his Big 4 lease sign. But only in the main parking lot, not anywhere near Tina's window or front door, and not until 6 months before her lease ends instead of 12. You'd think everyone would calm down. But oh no, now Denise gets sneaky. She puts mini flyers advertising vacancies under windshield wipers of cars parked outside Butter and Bliss every morning at 7 a.m., so customers still think something shady is happening. Tina catches Denise red-handed one morning stuffing flyers under her own car windshield like some sort of retail ninja and absolutely loses it, in front of half the breakfast crowd waiting for coffee rolls. There is yelling. There are tears. Croissant dough flies everywhere as Denise flees under threat of being pelted with blueberry muffins. Silverman claims he had no idea Denise was doing this, liar, but refuses to discipline her, and threatens again to pull out of lease renewal unless we drop our demand about parking lot-only signs. Meanwhile, word gets around that Butter and Bliss might sue Silverman for tortious interference. Now every single tenant who ever felt slighted by him comes crawling out of the woodwork. The vape shop guy who says Silverman shut off his AC because he played music too loud. The tax prep lady whose rent doubled overnight when she forgot to renew before Christmas. Even the dry cleaner who swears Silverman once tried charging him extra for putting holiday lights in his window. Now they all want class action drama. They want revenge. My phone becomes ground zero for every petty squabble since 2016. But guess what? All that chaos scares off 2 potential new tenants, the ones actually considering moving into Butter and Bliss's spot if Tina really left. Both back out after hearing horror stories from current tenants about Silverman's drama and possible lawsuits. So now Silverman shoots himself in the foot. He loses leverage and possible rental income because he couldn't play nice. But wait, it gets messier. Out of nowhere, we get an anonymous tip from someone using an obviously fake Gmail address like realtowhistleblower69@gmail.com, claiming Denise has been pocketing marketing fees meant for online ads and using them for personal DoorDash orders during work hours with receipts attached. So now there might be embezzlement happening right under Silverman's nose. I forward everything straight to my lawyer just in case things get nuclear. And just when you think things can't possibly get more Florida, a local Facebook group picks up rumor of Butter and Bliss closing. Suddenly there are posts everywhere accusing Tina of hiding financial trouble or planning an epic midnight move-out. Tina starts getting hate mail. Why did you betray our neighborhood? Mixed with desperate offers from other landlords. We've got better parking. She breaks down completely, texting me at 3 a.m. asking if she should just sell everything and move back home to Michigan where people only care about potholes, not pastel window signage. My own mother calls me after seeing rumors online asking if I'm okay or if the Russian landlord mafia has threatened me yet. At this point, even my dog looks stressed every time my phone rings. But then, the twist no one saw coming. An actual code enforcement officer shows up at Butter and Bliss one morning holding pictures of all these rogue flyers and citing Silverman directly for unauthorized advertising on city property. Apparently there are city rules against putting commercial flyers on cars without permits, and someone tipped them off anonymously. Gee, wonder who. Silverman flips out, calls everyone threatening lawsuits against the city, against code enforcement, against me personally. You orchestrated this. While Denise goes completely silent, and suddenly rumors swirl that Denise has left town entirely. Her car disappears from the lot overnight and no one sees her again except supposedly at an Orlando TGI Fridays 3 weeks later. With Denise gone and code enforcement breathing down his neck, Silverman finally caves completely, signs Tina's new lease without any window signage rights at all and adds a clause promising never to put flyers anywhere near tenant entrances again. Victory, sorta. But now every single tenant is watching him like hawks, and rumors swirl he's looking to quietly sell the plaza before anyone else sues or code enforcement slaps him with more fines. Tina finally breathes easy, but honestly. The fallout keeps coming. The vape shop guy demands free rent as hush money. The nail salon owner tries running for HOA president despite there being no HOA, and I get invited by 4 different Facebook groups to run anti-Silverman campaigns, as if I need more headaches. But here's where our wild Florida story leaves us hanging, 1 week after signing Tina's new lease. Mysterious SUV parks overnight outside Butter and Bliss. A brand new for sale BY owner sign appears in Spanish and English, and nobody can figure out who placed it. The rumor mill explodes again. Is Silverman finally selling? Did Denise return from exile? Is this revenge from another scorned tenant? Is something way deeper brewing beneath these sunny South Florida skies? Nobody knows yet. But trust me, you'll want popcorn ready when this next chapter breaks wide open.